Hey guys, today I'm going to be presenting my 15-112 term project, the Fantasy Football Draft Practicer. So here we are on the splash page and we can get started. Looking at our instructions here, we have two main features. We have our drafting mode, in which we can draft players against different types of AI. And we also have our player finder, where we can search for players and view their stats. So we can start by looking through the drafting modes and our options there. So in our drafting mode, we have four different types of AI algorithms. We have our greedy mode, in which the AI will just try to take the highest ranked available player. We have the positional mode, in which AI will try to take positions that they need, but also take the highest available player within that position. We have the adversarial mode, in which AI will target positions that we need for our roster to make it more difficult for us to draft. And then we have our minimax mode, which is just a one-on-one simulation that uses the minimax algorithm to determine which player to draft next. So looking at our greedy draft, we can start by we can enter the number of teams. So we can say we're in an 8-team league, and let's just say we have the third pick in our draft. So if we view the draft results here, we can see that our team got some good value picks, but it might not necessarily have the most balanced roster. Like we could see we're missing a quarterback, and that might be bad for us in terms of our total output as a team. And so we can consider different drafting strategies like our positional draft algorithm would definitely take that into account. We can just keep the same settings here, 8 and 3. So in this algorithm, we see that the output is much more balanced. We have a quarterback, we have two receivers, we have two running backs, and we have a tight end. And this is overall just a much more balanced roster. And it might be better in terms of just standard output, but it might be less like in terms of getting the most value out of each pick. And so both algorithms definitely have their merit, and you can compare the different outcomes to try and come up with the best strategy. We can also look at our adversarial draft to see kind of a worst case outcome of what would happen if like all the teams just ganged up on us and tried to take the positions we need. And in this case, we could see we're definitely missing a quarterback and some other positions that would be helpful. And so it's a good way of considering what could go wrong in a total draft. We could also look at our minimax. If we wanted to simulate that, we could say we have our first pick. And if we go full screen here, we can see that this is just the outcome that the minimax tree will give us. We end up with a pretty good roster, and so does our opponent. And so if we go back here, we can go and look at our player finder mode now that we've gone through all the drafting algorithms. We can look at, in this mode, we can just search up any player. So let's say I want to look for Nick, and there's so many Nicks here. I can just click this guy, Nick Bodden. He is a running back. He did not have any valuable statistics, but I could basically just do this for any player. If I want to look up Taylor, for example, I could just see Tyrod Taylor. He's a quarterback, and these are his statistics and so on. And this front page here is just the recommended players. These are just high scoring players from last year. So I could see these are players who might interest me in my drafts because they seem to have done very well last year. And so overall, those are the main features of this project. Thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. And have a great day.